A confidential alert was sent to local authorities about you. Angel says a confidential alert was sent to local authorities about you. They're urging immediate surveillance. This isn't a drill. This isn't a metaphor. This is a divine revelation. There is something happening behind the scenes that you haven't been told. But you must be told now, because time has run out and heaven can no longer keep you in the dark. The alert didn't come from who you think. It wasn't simply from man. It was a spiritual signal sent by those who have been watching you with envy, with malice, with the intent to block what's coming to you. They cloaked their actions under false kindness. They smiled in your face while reporting your movements in the spirit to forces that do not want to see you succeed. But God has stepped in. There is an operation unfolding around you that heaven is now exposing. What was done in secret is being brought to light. This alert wasn't about danger to your body, it was about a threat to your destiny. Someone close to you, someone you once trusted, has sounded an alarm disguised as concern. But it wasn't concern. It was spiritual sabotage. She said she was helping. But she was building a case. She masked it in prayer. She disguised it with flattery. But behind closed doors, she passed along information meant to stop your rise. This woman has been exposed by God, and heaven says, finally, this is the hour when the truth is seen. She didn't expect this moment to come. She thought she'd succeeded. She thought the delay was enough to wear you down, confuse you, and push you away from your calling. But what she didn't know was that your name had already been written in heaven's scroll. And no alert, no secret meeting, no false witness can override what God has assigned to you. I have seen what she did in the midnight hour. I heard the words she released. I counted every lie. I witnessed the manipulation. She used your vulnerability. She played on your kindness. She made you believe you owed her something. But you own no one for the light I placed inside of you. You were chosen. From the beginning. Not by her. Not by man. But by me. I placed my mark on your life before the womb. I placed my fire in your bones before you ever spoke your first word. That's why they fear you. That's why they try to report you. That's why your very presence causes spiritual alarms to go off in their atmosphere. Because they know something is rising in you. Something they cannot copy. Something they cannot stop. And now that they realize their influence didn't stop your blessing, they're sending alerts in desperation. But I am here now, and I will not allow another day of deception to go unnoticed. You have been under surveillance spiritually. But now I expose those watching. I uncover every set of eyes that was never for your good. I reveal every person who pretended to protect but really plotted. This is the moment where I tear the veil off the relationship you thought was safe. The woman you thought was your helper has been speaking your name in the presence of people who do not carry the same light. She has shared what she knew about your life, not to bless, but to block. Not to pray, but to poison. And now I, the Lord your God, come to stop it. You prayed for discernment. This is it. You asked for truth. It's being delivered. You wanted confirmation, here it is. This message is not by chance. It is by divine order. And Archangel Michael has stood before you with sword drawn, commanding you to open your eyes before the next phase of this battle begins. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. You are not being watched because you've done something wrong, you're being watched because your breakthrough is near. Because your calling is undeniable. Because your presence carries a force that hell fears. And that woman knew it. She knew it the first time she saw you. And instead of celebrating, she began reporting. But her assignment is finished. The exposure has come. I let it go on long enough. I allowed the enemy to believe he was winning. But now I intervene. I reverse what was spoken. I dismantle every demonic alert sent against your name. I send confusion into the enemy's camp. And I elevate you above the noise. She cannot touch what I have blessed. She cannot curse what I have covered. And now you will see the fruit of what I've spoken over you, even in the presence of those who tried to ruin you. The next days will be unlike any you've experienced. Truth will start to emerge in the smallest ways. You will overhear conversations that confirm what you already suspected. You will feel a sudden weight lift as the spiritual surveillance is broken. You will see messages, faces, symbols, confirming you are not crazy. You were right to feel uneasy. You were right to question her presence. And now you must make a choice. Will you believe what I'm showing you? Or will you continue pretending that everyone is for you? You must choose quickly. Because the next door will not wait. The next phase requires your undivided alignment with heaven. You can't bring her energy with you. You can't bring confusion into clarity. You can't carry betrayal into breakthrough. I need your hands clean. I need your spirit open. I need your yes. This is the moment you've prayed for. The moment everything changes. But I will not share this miracle with snakes. The path ahead must be guarded. Not in fear, but in faith. They sent an alert about you. But now I send an alert from heaven about them. Let the angels be dispatched. Let the watchers be revealed. Let the false light be shattered. Let every secret weapon be returned to sender. This is not the end. This is exposure. This is cleansing. This is justice. You thought they got away with it. You thought they'd never be seen. But I've seen everything. And the gavel has been raised in heaven's court. It is time. The alert they sent has backfired. The surveillance has shifted. Now they are the ones being watched. Now the heavens watch them reap what they've sown. You are about to see a divine reversal. She who whispered about you will be silenced. She who acted as your advocate while betraying you will be removed. She who spread your secrets will be exposed. But you, yes, you, will rise. Not because of revenge, but because of righteousness. I will raise you in front of those who tried to bury you. I will elevate your name in rooms you haven't even entered. I will bless you in the open because they tried to curse you in secret. My child, a confidential alert was sent to local authorities about you. They're urging immediate surveillance. Not for what you've done, but for what you're about to become. For what the heavens know you are destined to carry. This is not a mistake. It is not random. It is not by chance that your name is being whispered behind closed doors. What you thought was silence is thunder echoing in spiritual dimensions. Someone has been watching you, but not from the places you fear. They have been watching you from the realm where purpose is never forgotten, where every tear you've cried has been documented in ink that burns like fire. This is a message for you. You are being examined, not for punishment, but for elevation. While others hear surveillance and tremble, you are the one the Spirit has marked. They're not surveilling you because of something you've done wrong. They're watching you because something powerful, deeply prophetic, something never before seen is about to erupt from within you. And they do not understand it. They do not comprehend how someone who should have broken long ago is still standing, how someone who lost so much can still smile, how someone betrayed, abandoned, falsely accused, and lied on, is now glowing with a glory they never gave you. You are a light that can no longer be hidden. No wonder the spiritual realm has been stirred. No wonder people are suddenly looking at you differently. There's something written in invisible ink on your back that heaven reads as chosen. And the darkness? It has tried to decode it. But it cannot, because what is marked by divine fire cannot be deciphered by human minds. And now, it's too late. Because the time has come for what was hidden in you to be revealed. Let me tell you what they will never say to your face. Your presence is unsettling to those who built their lives on lies. Your honesty disrupts their manipulation. Your purity exposes their performance. Your prayers are shaking things in secret rooms you don't even know exist. You don't know the whole story, but the story knows you. And someone cried about you last night, not because you hurt them, but because they were confronted with the truth of what they tried to bury about you. And the truth keeps rising like incense into the nostrils of a God who never forgets. A confidential alert went out. But this one didn't go out in the form of paper or email. It came in a whisper. It came as a vibration on the floor of someone's dream. It came as a flash of your face in the minds of those who once laughed at your fall. And now they're unsettled. Because your rise is undeniable. You are being watched, but not because they expect you to fall. This time, they're watching because they want to know how. They want to know how you survived what was meant to kill you. How you still carry grace after they threw you away. How you kept quiet when lies screamed your name. But you are not meant to answer those questions. Your life will speak what your mouth never could. Your walk will declare what your enemies can't cancel. Your breath, your existence, is a prophecy. Someone is panicking behind the scenes. They never imagined that you, of all people, would be the one to walk into the room carrying what they prayed would die in you. You are being surveilled, but they don't know they're actually bearing witness to resurrection. A death they swore was final is now giving birth to something more powerful than they could have ever imagined. The same people who dismissed you now whisper your name in confusion. You are the conversation they never thought they'd have. You are the reason someone can't sleep. There is a spiritual panic occurring. Your name has been sounded in places you never visited. You've never stepped foot in those offices, yet your spirit has already gone before you. Decisions are being made. Approvals are being processed. Rooms are being emptied for your sake. You were being observed, yes, but not to be harmed. To be honored. And now listen closely, because this matters. There is a person who once stood between you and your next breakthrough. This person has been removed, not publicly, but permanently. They will no longer block what was meant for you. They held a document, a voice, a signature, a yes that they refused to give. But their voice has lost its power. The system they tried to build around your silence is crumbling. You've been noticed. And no matter what anyone says, nothing will stop what's coming for you. They thought they had more time. But they didn't expect your name to be whispered by someone in the highest place. They didn't know that someone in power would feel drawn to you without explanation. They didn't know that favor would find you when you stopped looking for it. And now, they don't know what to do. Their words can't cover what your presence now exposes. Every lie they told is breaking under the weight of your truth. Every plot they designed is collapsing beneath the authority of your steps. Let them watch. Let them try to understand it. Let them sit and analyze what cannot be replicated. You are original. You are sacred. You are becoming something no one trained for. They surveil because they suspect a shift. But what they suspect is already happening. This is your unveiling. This is your resurrection moment. They buried you, but they didn't know you were a seed. This was never a mistake. Every pain, every silence, every lonely night was part of the divine architecture of your becoming. I have not forgotten what was said behind your back. I have not ignored the tears you cried when no one understood. But the wait is over. The turning has come. And the eyes that watched you fall will now watch you fly. There is someone who used to mock your dreams. That same person is now privately following your progress. They cannot admit it, but your journey convicts them. You are a mirror. You reflect what they denied. You embody what they tried to erase. But now they realize you can't erase oil. You can't cancel destiny. And no matter how they surveil, they cannot alter what was anointed before they even knew your name. Someone is asking questions about you. But they're not asking out of curiosity. They're asking out of fear. Because every time you rise, they feel the sting of a truth they tried to deny. Every move you make sends ripples through systems they thought were immovable. And yet, here you are, still soft, still kind, still powerful in silence. Your name is on a list they never intended you to be on. You are now part of a sequence of divine events. And though you feel the eyes on you, do not be alarmed. You are being positioned for a revelation that will change lives. It's almost here. Stay hidden in God. Stay true to your assignment. The one surveilling you will soon become the one serving you. And they won't even understand how the shift occurred. You are not under suspicion. You are under transformation. What they perceive as evidence is actually proof of grace. Every detail about your life, your pauses, your scars, your silent prayers, has been misunderstood by those who only see through the lens of earthly systems. But heaven sees deeper. And what heaven sees cannot be unseen. Let them continue to monitor. Let them whisper. Let them consult one another in dimly lit rooms, unsure of why they feel a stirring every time your name is mentioned. The truth is, they are not surveilling you. They are bearing witness to prophecy unfolding in real time. They are watching destiny drape itself over your shoulders like a royal garment. They are watching you walk through fire and come out unsinged. They are not watching to catch you, they are watching because they can't look away. You are anointed. And that anointing is not loud. It does not come with fanfare or trumpet blasts. It comes like stillness in a storm. Like peace in chaos. You walk differently, because you carry what cannot be measured. Your presence makes noise in silence. And those watching you? They feel it. They can't explain it. They don't even believe in it. But they sense it. There's someone in a position of influence who has seen something in you that no one else noticed. They will not admit it yet, but they are keeping track of your name. There is an internal shift happening in their heart. Their logic is fighting against what they feel. But it's already too late. Heaven whispered your name in their spirit. Now you are marked. Now you are remembered. You were never meant to blend in. That discomfort you've always felt in crowds? That restlessness you've carried since childhood? It wasn't anxiety. It was destiny tugging on your soul. It was God preparing you to walk roads no one around you had ever walked. It was divine isolation, protection disguised as loneliness. Because your steps had to be guarded. Your voice had to be preserved. You were being prepared for a stage bigger than your imagination. They surveil you now because they sense a shift in the air. They can feel that something is aligning. You are walking into prophetic order. What they don't know is that everything you lost prepared room for what's coming. You didn't fail. You were stripped. And in the stripping, God carved out capacity for overflow. This is why you couldn't keep certain friends. This is why certain people disappeared without closure. This is why doors shut in your face. You were too heavy with destiny for the rooms they tried to keep you in. You were never going to stay small. That was never the plan. The surveillance was not to catch you. It was to study the divine. There is one person, yes, one, who once laughed when your name was brought up in conversation. They didn't believe in what you carried. They thought you were too fragile, too late, too ordinary. But now, that same person is asking questions. Not publicly. Not with words. But in their heart. They feel it. Something in you has shifted. And though their pride won't let them acknowledge it, their soul knows what their ego refuses to say: you are rising. There's another. This one prayed against you in secret. Not out of malice, but out of envy. They saw the light on you and tried to extinguish it by withholding support, withholding kindness. They were kind in public but silent in rooms where they could have defended you. And now, their silence is turning into shame. Because you are rising in ways they never imagined. And it's not even your doing. It's divine. There's a conversation that happened recently, and your name came up. But this time, it wasn't in criticism. It wasn't in mockery. It was in curiosity. Someone asked about you with a seriousness they never had before. Something shifted in that moment. The perception they once had of you shattered. Now they're intrigued. Now they want to know how to find you. But they won't say it. Not yet. Let them watch. Let them wonder. Because this is not the kind of blessing you can hide. This is not something you can mute. What's coming will make noise, not because you'll shout, but because favor speaks louder than anything you could ever say. The room you'll enter next will be filled with people who underestimated you. But they won't be able to deny you. Your entrance will answer every question they never asked you. And you don't even need to fight. The surveillance is already shifting into celebration. The opposition is already collapsing. What was meant to restrict you has become the very platform for your rise. What they watched for harm, heaven used for honor. What they tried to record to use against you is now becoming a testimony. There is someone whose heart broke the moment they realized they judged you prematurely. They didn't know what you carried. They didn't understand what you were becoming. They will never say it out loud, but they are repenting internally. You will never hear an apology. But you'll feel the shift. The cold will turn to warmth. The distance will turn to support. God is touching hearts on your behalf. You don't have to explain yourself. Your life is your explanation. Your perseverance is your response. Your glow is your proof. You are becoming evidence. And that's why they watch. Not to accuse, but to understand. This is the hour when heaven moves. This is the moment when the